All right, so the first presentation in trying out this new arrangement is our Glen Allen Chamber Executive Director Don Smith, Glen Allen Alliance Executive Carol White, and Mackinac Arts Center Director Diana Martinez, who will provide an update on the Frida Kahlo 2020 exhibit.
Thank you so much. So, I've been asked to go first so I can sort of give you a general, can you hear? Is that good? General overview. And because this is a PDF, Bill Homer is the remote. So, I just wanted to give you an update as I was asked by the board to update you on what's been going on. So, it's been a busy time. And construction for the space is ahead of schedule. We're so excited, and then we realized that all the cameras need to be moved. So, the good news is, we'll be back right on track. So everything's on time, everything's moving along, and the cameras, we have a lot of security. We're working with Homeland Security, that's helped us a lot and made a lot of suggestions and changes to make it safe, so we're doing that, and we anticipate taking the space in mid-April. We can go on. Grants. So the great news is we have been writing a lot of grants. And I'm really excited that the Illinois Department of Commerce and Economic Opportunity has stepped up and given us a very generous grant. Also, Enjoy Illinois, which is the tourism department in the state. And thanks to many elected leaders who helped us to write letters, this will afford us to have a free trolley that goes from downtown Glen Ellen to the exhibition on Saturdays and Sundays in an endless loop. So COD is gonna pay $20,000, Illinois is gonna pay $20,000, and then the chamber is gonna pay $6,000 to help make this happen. And we think this will really help spur tourism. Our grants, as you can see, far exceeded our expectations. We're hoping to get about 100,000 in grants, and we have written a grant for everything we could possibly get a grant for, and we're at $571,000. So we have to thank truly all our elected officials who have stepped up and making it the year of Glen Ellen from the village, and the tourism department, and everybody realizes the opportunity that this is for DuPage County, so it's good news. This also, some of that grant, a big part of that grant, is so that I advertise outside 50 miles. So we're gonna be marketing in a tri-state area for all the drive-in market, and I'll give you a little bit more about that later. We have a host committee of different people in the community who were the first people to step forward and say, we want to be on the host committee, we want to help lead, we want to open doors, and also thanks to these people who helped us to carry the ball forward with all of our fundraising goals. Next slide, please. We landed Bank of America, which they have told us it's the largest grant they have ever made outside of the city of Chicago. They feel this is historic, they're huge supporters of the arts, wonderful partners. Ball Horticulture, which I'm so excited about, because if you don't know, they're the largest distributor of plants and floral in the world, full stop, right? So they have plants Africa, Asia, everywhere, South America. They are designing the Frida Kahlo Poetry Garden in addition to their contribution. And then we have really great other sponsors like Nicor, Ecolab, White and Company, the Rotary clubs all got together and they want to sponsor the bed because they're advocates of polio, right? So lots of great community engagement. We have about $200,000 in sponsors. Next slide, please. And then we had our gala this last Friday on Valentine's Day, and it was pretty exciting. I've never in all my career had to tell people an event is sold out for a fundraiser. And it was sold out. You can go to the next slide. It featured Rick Bayless, that was our committee. You can see all the engagement here in the community. Carol White was even on the committee and got us some awesome prizes. Next slide. The gala grossed over $400,000 in one night. You can see the room was packed. We were hoping to get 300, we had 475 people, which made Rick Bayless almost have a heart attack. He was like, that's too many people. So total fundraising, our budget was 521, we're at an actual of 1.3, which is good news because as you know, in a budget, all prices go up all the time. So this will make us definitely break even on this endeavor. I think what's the most exciting thing is the outreach and the partnerships in the entire community, from our sponsors to the communities like Glen Ellen, like Wheaton, like what the Alliance is doing, what the Chamber is doing. And it started with really Meredith Hanna stepping forward and being excited, and then the library stepping forward, and then Dawn and Carol coming into the play kind of changed the game. And these two women have been unbelievable in coming up with ideas, partnerships, coming to monthly meetings, brainstorming, working together, and they'll tell you what they're doing, but it's very exciting. We've been doing talks all over the district at libraries. I just did one in Downers Grove for 100 people yesterday, and the enthusiasm is really, really astounding. Morton Arboretum is going to be doing a huge now art exhibition at the same time, and they want to partner with us. Next two slides, I guess I went over it. But on this slide, what we have decided to do is to promote what everyone is doing in town, from local businesses to organizations to libraries. And we told everybody, if you tell us what you're doing, we'll post it on our website and promote it to all the people coming into the district. It got so out of control, we had to do a calendar. That's how many things are happening. So if you go to the Frida 2020 page, you can see all the different things happening right now, all over the community in different areas. As it builds up, you'll see more and more and more things coming in. I think I told you some of this, and I don't want to tell you because they're going to tell you, so move on. We've been, like I said, the lectures have gotten to the point where now University of Chicago has reached out, People's Resource has reached out, Oak Park Art League has reached out, and so it's not just in our area now, it's all the way to Chicago. Choose DuPage has reached, Choose Chicago has reached out, so they are fully engaged in helping us to promote. We had a job fair last week. I am pleased to say we were able to fill all the 40 temp jobs we are creating this summer. And we had amazing community people step up and come and visit us. And it was so exciting to see the level of talent that's coming forward in our community to come help be a part of this. The marketing and the press coverage has been tremendous. Vogue France picked up our article on tickets on sale. Art News, Univision, Cranes, Times of India, Delta In-Flight Magazine, Hyperbeast, Midwest Living. To give you an idea, one article on My Modern Met got over 17,000 shares in just a few days. So these are some of the coverage highlights, and it's exciting to see how these articles are shared, and it's resulting in really interesting sales. Next slide, please. The MAC value has grown, our social media has grown, our email list has almost tripled in the last 6 months. We are ahead of our trend. We have about 20% of the tickets sold, but here's the exciting part. We have tickets sold and ticket buyers coming from 7 countries: Australia, UK, New Zealand. It's just phenomenal. 67 orders from Canada alone. So we now know that the tourism numbers that we were hoping for are coming through, but they're coming through stronger. We were counting on a drive-in market. We were not really counting on a huge international market. The international spending of a traveler is 3 to 4 times the spend of a drive spend, right? Because you have a longer flight, so you stay longer. So all these dollars are coming into our area. And so that's why we are working together like crazy to capture these dollars and keep them here. And then you can skip that slide, nobody cares. Okay, the end. Any questions? Any questions?
I care about that.
You do?
Just so
You know, it is kind of cool though that the AACC,
Absolutely.
it's a National Community College Association, and they asked us to speak about how we're using the arts to leverage things in a community college and bring economic impact to an area. So thanks for caring.
Thank you, Diana.
Hello,
everyone. I'm Dawn Smith. I'm the Executive Director of the Chamber, and we're going to go over some of these slides. And the first one is basically to show that it's all of us together. As Diana mentioned, we've been meeting for many, many, many months regularly. The Chamber, the Alliance, the Village, the MAC, DuPage Convention and Visitors Bureau, the library, the schools, all of us are coming together to take part in this Frida experience and how they can come into Glen Ellen, experience Glen Ellen, and how we can showcase our members and our businesses and contribute as an economic impact.
Switch on the left side. There's a switch on the left side.
It's like you need Homer as the fast forward.
There we go. All right, so what are we gonna do? We have a bunch of really creative, lovely ideas. One of them is a Frida mural. So we happen to have a Mexican-American Glen Ellen resident who is a muralist. His grandfather was a muralist in East LA. He was an artist from MGM Studios. He retired and was trying to get all of these gang kids to use their creative energy into something lovely. So anyways, I want to introduce Jeff a little bit and talk a little bit about his history.
Sure. Hi, as Dawn said, my name is Jeff Bevington. I'm a 25-year resident of Glen Ellen. I am an American of Mexican, English, you could guess, Bevington, and German heritage. My maternal grandfather did work for MGM in Pacific Title, and he has been my inspiration in terms of art. He was a muralist, painting murals with the Cypress Avenue gang, trying to get them to do something other than tag buildings. And for probably 15 to 20 years, his murals existed in areas in East LA. I myself have painted more than 100 murals across the US, mostly in pursuit of advancing literacy and arts advocacy, and I've painted a few in Angoulême in southern France and in Paris. I suggested, just kind of on a whim, that it would be great to paint a mural of Frida, and to do so with spray paint techniques, which are kind of reminiscent of tagging, but this won't be tagging, and to create something that would have permanence as long as it's there. I understand that if it's going to be here at Toto Madre, it will only be there for about 3 years, but again, nothing's permanent in life. And so I'd like an opportunity to be able to use both Glen Ellen, and in this case, a Toto Madre, as a canvas for sharing the art that I love and for continuing the inspiration I've gotten from my grandfather. Thank you.
So I just thought the story couldn't be more perfect for him to paint a mural in Glen Ellen of Frida. So we're very super excited about this. The proposal's all in contract. We're planning on, he's planning on doing this in late April. We're looking at also getting high school to help map it out onto the wall, kind of also in homage to his father of what he did. And I wrote all these notes on here, but I can't see it. So post-streetscape, the longevity of this mural is probably what you're gonna ask. So a Toto Madre is planning after the streetscape and after they widen the sidewalks to do outside patios. So at that point, once they're starting construction, the mural will be covered. And that will be, who knows when that will be, but after the streetscape, after the widening of sidewalks, and after its construction. So, and then there might be also possible mural options. So, you know, everybody is actually now very interested in murals, so it's very exciting. I'm glad that we have this mural application in the village, so thank you for working on that. Shuttles, so we are looking at a trolley. We were originally looking at Chicago Trolley, who as of December 31st closed business, which was the largest Chicagoland trolley company. So nobody has purchased their inventory yet. The second largest shuttle company is Aries. And so right now we have a contract with Aries Charter. We have a minibus which we're looking at seeing what we can do with signage on the sides, or possibly looking further as far as doing something more different possibilities. I kind of have mapped here a little route of how it would go. It's exactly 3 miles, one route. It would loop around the downtown and have a trolley stop on Crescent. We'd probably have to work with the police or, you know, engineering to see where the best actual stop would be. but we have some ideas to paint the trolley stop area with flowers as well, since it's going to be ripped up. So why not? So we're all excited about that. With the abundance of people, as Diana was saying, that are coming in to the village, it's just we really want them to take the public transportation, or for them to come into Glen Ellen and to be able to experience this. So we're thinking of all these different Frida experiences of how we can really monopolize on this. Frida banners. We're doing Frida banners in the Central Business District and on Roosevelt. In the Central Business District, I just received this from Public Works today. All of the red dots, there's 21 of them, are seasonal Glen Ellen banners that trade out. The green ones are ones that are stationary. The black are poles that do not have brackets. So we are looking to trade those out and have maybe possible further discussions to have more banners, especially at least around the trolley stops. Roosevelt Road. Because Route 38 is IDOT, Public Works does not install these banners. I've contacted different installation vendors recommended by Public Works to install these banners. There is 143 poles located on Roosevelt. We are looking at maybe 46 of those 143 poles. And the grant that Diana has would cover the cost of the production of the banners as well as the installation. And the artwork is all coming from the MAC. Frida flower pots. So Frida flower pots have been a tradition in Glen Ellen where they have been painted. Bottle and Bottega, the local company, is wanting to paint the flower pots in a Frida themed. They have they will be delivered, and Public Works has already had a conversation with Ball Horticulture to mimic the Frida garden, to have these flower pots look like those, which are going to be obviously gorgeous. And they're going to be all over downtown, and then we're going to map them out and have people find them. So that will be another Frida experience. Other Frida experiences. So our downtown, the Alliance and the Chamber, we're all collecting experiences from our members to showcase them. So these are just a couple of examples of people already doing it. It's the bookstore. They have a whole shelf of Frida books. There is Bottle and Bottega have a Frida bag they painted. Some of the merchandise is from Gather and Collect. Two Hound Red is going to have a Frida beer. Marcel's Cooking Experience is going to have cooking classes themed. Noble House has already gave me their drink and their fish tacos. So everybody's getting on board. Everybody wants a piece of Frida. Finding Frida.
Hello everyone, I'm Carol White with the Alliance of Downtown Glen Ellen. We've got 3 events specifically targeted for Frida, the celebration of Frida. The first one is Find Frida. This will be in 20 of our different businesses in downtown Glen Ellen. The scavenger hunt runs from June 4th or 6th through August 3rd, and then there's a large party at the bookstore, but Don just jumped it out. And we traditionally do the scavenger hunt every other year. So 2 years ago, we did it with a superhero theme, and 1,400 children came through downtown Glen Ellen looking to find their favorite superhero. This year, you've got the doll here. This is the doll that they're going to find, with a super party at the library afterwards. Our second event is Jazz Up Glen Ellen, and as you know, that's been a tradition for the last few years in downtown Glen Ellen. This year, Fareed Haq, who is our artistic director and a wonderful musician, is writing music inspired by Frida. And we, in past years, you've gotten a wristband if you donated towards keeping it a free event. This year, you're going to get a felt marker with a big flower, fun colors on it, and there are going to be easels up all over, so you can jump up with the inspiration of all the music and make, add to your own Frida exhibit, and then we'll display those later on throughout the year. We've also talked to the tree consultants, so they're going to bring out the trees, and we're hoping that they reach out to bigger than just a leaf ornament for the trees, and we do a silhouette of Frida, so you can also decorate a silhouette of Frida and hang it on a tree to show your support of our tree project coming up. The last event is Festival of the Arts. This year, the Alliance has taken on the Festival of the Arts. Usually, it's been the Lions Club in the past. And we are attracting, we've got 37 artists already. People are coming because they want to enjoy, the artists want to enjoy Frida's artwork. That weekend, it's one of the last weekends of Frida. So we're drawing a lot of artists that way, as well as folks that are going to want to come just celebrate the whole weekend of arts. So we've got a lot of fun things there. We've got the Frida communal dining table, which is made out of pallets and all bright colors, covered in flowers and pillows. And as you stroll through, there'll be constant reminders to get on the trolley and go see Frida as well. So that's it.
So with her two other events, we also have more events. We have the Taste of Glen Ellen, the Glen Ellen 4th of July, which we're going to have a Frida float. And can I make the announcement? All right, so Diana Martinez is actually our Grand Marshal for the Glen Ellen 4th of July. So we're super excited. And it's for all of the work that she's brought into here. And so also to boot, we're going to have a big Frida float, so I'm excited about that. Jazz Up in Festival of the Arts, Carol just mentioned, and then Dawn, I'm sure, will talk a little bit about the Frida stuff she's doing at the library, but I just Googled Frida on her library page, and there's a ton of Frida stuff, so very, very, very cool. Costs, so the money is not coming from the chamber. It's actually allocated, already earmarked from you guys. So thank you. I am just the communication person, the middle child, putting it all together. So the mural cost is $4,000. $2,500 is coming from the village. $500 is from COD, a matching grant of $500. I am still looking for an additional $500. Just throwing it out there. It's possible we can try to get it from some of the buildings and businesses, but if there's other $2,500. Shuttle services. So the total cost of the shuttle service is $26,000 for Saturday and Sunday. This is over 13 weeks. $10,000 from COD, $10,000 match grant, and then we do $6,000. So they're also doing the the same thing with Wheaton. So when she was mentioning 20 and 20, it's because there's Wheaton and Glen Ellen combined. And then we need marketing money as well. So in working with the village marketing coordinator, we're set back another $1,500 just for collateral for rec brochures and putting all of these Frida experiences so we can just tell our message. So if we do have any additional monies, basically that would be really appreciated.
Thank you very much for all of your work and hard efforts. I know everywhere I go, someone's like, did you hear the latest on Frida? We just had the talk. So it's nice to have it here. We're very excited. Wonderful news on everything reported tonight, so can't wait. Yes, yes, and the murals are going to be fantastic.